If you've ever needed a way to load trains up, have you ever tried drones? Isn't it colourful? Hey, how's it going? And welcome back to the series about, well, drones, I suppose. In the last episode, we worked on a robot quarry to get us some resources, and we have a drone coming in, collecting the stuff, taking it back. And in this episode, I thought we'd use drones again to do some really cool train loading for trains which are destined for different locations. So, let's get started. So as you can see, in between episodes, I've been doing some other work, and you can see that it has hollowed out quite a large area, and especially considering we're only in single player, so this is only running when I'm in the game. We've got down, we're down to layer 4, we're doing 3 and 4 now. Here's the robot there. He's stopped. Right, we're waiting for a tool to arrive, which the drone should be dropping off any moment now. But as you can see, hasn't done too bad a job so far. But what I've been doing between episodes is I have run a rail line from just after spawn along the piece here. So spawn is actually well and truly over in the distance there. It comes all the way along there, along here, and then joins up here. Now this is following the same idea that Lost Cities has. In fact, this is the same track that Lost City would normally use, but I've just extended it out and made it so it exists, because it didn't exist between these two spots, but it was going over to that city. So I've just made it come along here, it follows around, and it ends up back over to here. Also connected the cable up and followed it all the way around, so you can see the Opencomputers cable there, going over to the computer, which I've moved from up there down to here. Now what I was thinking though is, in the real world, you normally have gold going off to somewhere that focuses on gold, iron going off to somewhere that focuses on iron, and of course you've got various other locations which require items, such as cobble for cobble works. And I thought, rather than having dedicated station lines, which of course we've kind of got now, we're going to use drones to do all the cool fancy work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up now so we can actually control the drones and where they're going, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here, I think, and I haven't written any code yet to do this, I'm just playing it out in my head. We've got 4 platforms here, and I'm thinking each platform can be assigned to a colour, just in the standard order of Minecraft colours. So your white, of course, is platform 1, or platform 0 as it will be in the code, because it starts at 0. Your orange, of course, will be platform 2, magenta, platform 3, and then, of course, the light blue will be platform 4. Underneath here, so each one of these has a stopping track, so this here is to stop them entering this track, so that's just standard setup. This one here, however, is actually sitting one next to a transposer, which I think we should use a similar system to what we're using at the yard to give instructions to trains. I think we should send them in from the yard. They'll come in, they'll say, I'm going to the quarry. They'll come in here, they'll choose a platform. When they get in far enough, they will be given another destination, which says which location they're going to. So you can see in here, I've got destinations for gold smeltery, the iron forges, cobble works, and mass storage. And I've got 2 of these, one on this side and one for that side. So we've got 2 sets of tracks. And of course this guy should be able to choose which side he wants to go on to. Underneath this locking track is actually a waypoint, which doesn't currently have anything. But I found that you can actually control these guys from the code, and it's pretty much the same thing all the way along. under here, which I can get under here, you can see I've got a redstone IO just hiding it in there, connected to some framed bundle cable going up to the various colours. So you can see here the magenta is going into the waypoint, because when you do a scan of waypoints, it'll actually tell you which ones have got redstone enabled, so we can use that to identify which one's which. It also goes into a piece of wall at the top, which is our identifier for the station, which controls the locking track next to it. So we can then say, okay, this could be used to release the trains when they're full, as well as identify where our drones are going to fill up the train. And of course that's the same the whole way along, so the orange... Oh, that's connected, that's not going to work very well. Let's just put a piece of cover in there so that those two don't connect. So as you can see before, when we didn't have that cover in there, they were connected, which means both of them will be set off at the same time. We'll just put a cover in. I was going to use that for something else, but we could put a cover in there and that'll instantly stop them connecting. So now it should only be connected to the waypoint and to the orange wall and the magenta wall, and the orange will only be connected to the waypoint for that station and the orange wall itself. And that's the same with the white, and the same for the light blue here. Now on the other side here, how do I get out of here? Up here. On the other side, I've got it set so there's a detector. This is just a standard Minecraft detector, because the Railcraft detectors don't quite send a signal through the block. And what I wanted to do was make it so when there's a cart there, one, you can hear, of course, the station. That's just the standard mechanics of having block signals and stuff in there. But if we go down here, can I see it? You can see that the magenta here is also activated. You can just see it in the little thing there. I'm not sure if we can get a better view of that. Let's head down here, maybe. Not really, unfortunately. Well, there you go. So you can see it's activated, whereas the orange is not. And of course, if we put a minecart on the orange track, then it will detect it. And what I thought we would do for that, I've got to work out how to get it here again, is when a train comes in, it'll choose which track. We don't need to select which track. It'll just go based on which ones are free. It'll go in here, activate this detector track, which sends a redstone signal back into the IO, and then it will pull into the station and stop here. When it gets to this point, the drones will come down. They'll know to fill this up, because that's where the waypoint is, and they'll fill the train up. Once the train is completely full, we'll send it on its way again. Now, I'm hoping all this will work. As I said, I haven't written any actual code yet. I'm just hoping that this actually works. So what I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to write up the actual code and try and get some smarts into the system, and I will be back in a moment. Okay, so it's been a little while since I recorded that last clip. In fact, it's been overnight since I actually recorded that, and as you can see with the drone, the quarry's gone a little further down. We're now down into our next couple of layers down, and it's about to start making the next set of rows. Now there's a few things that I forgot to mention in the last clip, which I took notes of here. So in the last episode we used a creative computer because I didn't have power going down to here, but of course now we've got power going along underneath here. I put in a tier 3, so we're back on normal base power. And here we just got some really basic stuff, pretty much the same stuff we had in the last episode. A couple of sticks of RAM, CPU, wireless network card, and the hard drive from the previous episode. And one thing I did find is that you can't put a navigation upgrade into a computer. So I have to use a drone to give us the wireless signal of where the navigation upgrade stuff is, so that we can update our local system. I have moved the charger waypoint that was previously up there down to here, so that's actually right there. It's a charger, and it's now actually pointing to a charger. So in the previous episode it was sitting up here, and I just moved it down here, so the drone could still reach down to here, which is awesome. And of course we can now keep things charged up, and this system here will use this charger in the long run to keep the drones charged, because I've realised that I don't have to use a creative one if I have a charger, which is great. Also didn't mention about in the last clip about the fact that I have put a slave controller onto the storage drawers with a transposer to be able to communicate, to be able to read what's in this storage system. And that just runs all the way down and reconnects up to the computer here. So this guy can now actually read that. So obviously what we're going to have to do is make ourselves a drone. So we'll go over to here, look at our electronic symbol, and as you can see I've already got all the pieces here, which makes it really nice. I've got a drone, tier 2 drone, and this is as complex as we can make it. We've got a navigation upgrade, which of course is the same navigation upgrade we have in the other system, so it reaches just around this map quite nicely. We've got an inventory controller upgrade, an inventory upgrade, a wireless network card, which for every drone we're using we're going to have to swap this guy out, because of course it's the 2C0234DC number that's there that determines what we're communicating with. So every time I join another drone I'm going to have to change this. We've got our CPU, a bit of RAM, and our BIOS, which I'm going to take that out now and grab another one, because I think the code's pretty much ready to go. So we'll put one of these into, actually we need to, before we make that, bring this up here, take that one out, stick that in there, we'll cover all of that, that's cool. We'll flash. Now I have got on the link for doing this, I've got this version of the code which is commented and has spacing in it, whereas the only thing that will fit into the EEPROM is actually a minified version which doesn't have any comments, because you are restricted on how much or how large that the EEPROM could be. I believe it's 4K, might be 5 if you're lucky, but if you get a BIOS that is larger than the limit, of course it won't let you put it onto the EEPROM because there is that limit. But let's flash this on here anyway. There's no difference in the code except for, as I said, one's got debugging and the one doesn't. And we'll now hit the minify one. Can I dare flash it onto there? Yes. We'll call it loading a drone. Drone. All done. Cool. We can now replace this guy. Put that guy back in there. I'm going to get rid of those for now. And we'll go over to here and stick it in here. So hopefully that will work. This will be the first time I've actually tested this code with an actual EEPROM. So we'll assemble that. Gives us a Wheatley. Woohoo! Portal 2 reference. We will stick this down here. First thing it should do is boot up and go sit on the charger. So we'll just turn that on. And I'm just going to pull that out of there. Cool. So it's not going to do anything straight away because we do need the main code to start up. So if we run this guy, we should see, now I put on top of here some integrated dynamics things just so you can see the redstone kicking in. And you can see platform 1, 2, 3, 4. Of course 1 will be the white, 2 will be the orange, magenta will be 3, and light blue will be 4. And then what it's doing is it's sending a request off to the drone to ask it to scan for all the waypoints, sends it back with the redstone signal it receives. So then we can identify, okay, so this waypoint is platform 1, this waypoint is platform 2, and so on. Next thing it will do is, once it knows all of them, is it scans all the items in the chest, which at this point it's already done. And now of course we're getting a message from the drone saying, hey, I've got nothing to do. Currently there's nothing to do, but we have a train over here, which this will be the first actual test of this. We'll let this guy go in. At least I think it should go in. It might help if I make it run. So it should go into there, because we've got a routing book in here. It'll pick one of these ones here, probably the first one, because it's available. We go over to here though, we can look into this and we should see train arriving on platform 1, which is white, signing tasks wildcard, which is task 4, and you can see the drone goes off, collects the stuff. Now obviously the reason why we're doing that is we've got a lot of dirt here, and dirt has a higher weight, or the wildcard has a higher weight than cobblestone. So this guy's going to take stuff out of there, take it all the way down to the train, which it's doing. Hopefully loads our train up. There we are. So it's loading the dirt into the train. Once it's empty, it'll then go back, gets another pile of wildcard stuff and brings it back. And of course it will keep doing this until the whole train's finished. When it fills this train up, let's just try and fool it into thinking it's done that. Still need more. Put that in there. We're not going to work that way. Okay. So its next one, it should go up. That one's full. There we are. So let's put something in there and go, oh, okay, that's full. And then move over to the next chart and start filling that up. And once again, I'm just going to pre-fill it. But you can see it's picking random stuff because it's the wildcard train. So as you see, it's going to go over, choose the first one, second one, third one, and goes, oh, okay, we're now filling this one up. And of course we'll do the same, we will just pre-fill it up. Right, so there's the drone, it's about to come down, checks the first one, there's no room, goes to the second one, goes to the third one. And if we go over here, you can see it tries the last one, there's nothing there. The train has now changed the mass storage, you can see that, and it's released on its way. So what I'm going to do though is, that's really cool for one drone. I wanted, however, to be able to do multiple trains and have multiple drones. So, give me a moment and I'm going to make a whole bunch of these drones and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I've got the two trains here. I've made a lot of drones, and up here, for testing purposes, I have filled in 4 drawers worth of gold ore, which should mean that our weighting system should, even though there's a lot of cobblestone, we should take the gold before we take the cobblestone or the other stuff at the moment. Now, one of the other things I'm going to do just while I'm thinking about it is I just need to cover up these. I keep meaning to do it, but... Okay, that's a new one. I didn't know you could actually cover the Project Red stuff by itself. That's pretty cool. Let's cover that up though. Go over here and we will turn this guy on. Set him to running. He will take the first line, which should set a nice coloured set of drones off. Maybe. Maybe not. And we'll set this guy as well, who will take the next lane in. And hopefully this guy, oops, if I don't fall in the hole, will be loading up gold. Yes, look at that, we're loading gold into there, awesome. Very, very good. And what's happening over here? It's idle. Oh, there you go, I don't know. It just took me a while to get there. That's cool. That's very cool. So we'll just wait for these guys though, how it'll load up here, and hopefully, look at that, we're loading up both platforms at the same time. Very nice. Okay, I think I'm going to end the episode here. We've now got a loading system which uses drones to load the trains up with specific items, and then we can change the destination of the train, send it on to its next destination, and we'll probably work on the destinations for this stuff in the next few episodes. But if you've enjoyed this episode, please do leave a comment down below telling me what you think. If you're new to the channel and like trains, computers, any of that sort of stuff, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. But otherwise, have a great day, and see ya!